Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we got what's left of the RD-4 outside here. We got it hooked up to the skid loader. We're going to try and get these tracks to move. I'd planned on doing it a little farther away from the shop, but this right side track seems like it already wants to turn. So I think we're just going to kind of work it back and forth here. And then if need be, we can always put that chain hoist on the other side, try and get that left side track to move. So we'll start rocking it back and forth here, getting everything worked back in. Well guys, we kind of pulled it out here in the open. Both tracks are already moving. I'd be lying if I said that didn't go way better than I thought it would. I know these tracks don't have really any life left in the chains, but I still just think to get everything moving, you know, all bottom four rollers on both sides are turning. Granted, the top two are stuck. We won't go very long with this just to keep from wearing a flat spot in them, but I do want to get these tracks just so they're a little more loosened up, so when we pull the master pins on them, or if we just back this front idler off, we're not fighting a rigid chain trying to get these off of here. So we're going to just work them a little bit longer, and then we're going to bring the crawler back inside. It'll be nice because we can actually just roll it in on some wood. We won't have to have them beams and steel rollers underneath it like when we first brought it in the shop. So let's keep going here. First time in 50 years. Well, as promised, that nicer weather definitely came. And it also left us with a muddy mess. We got some beams we need to pick up here. The crawler was on. A bunch of rollers in there to pick up. And then in the shed here, this wonderful mess needs to be cleaned up. And then we'll lay down some boards, roll her back in. Well, as you can see, this warming is just making a mess outside of the shop. But we'll try and get the crawler back in here. We got it lined up with the door here. We got some wood planks down. We'll try and get it back to where it was. It'll be facing the opposite direction, but that's okay. Okay guys, I forgot to record that last bit. We were having problems with the board sliding here. That's one problem with a wet board on a smooth concrete surface. But we'll get this unhooked. You can back out. And we're back in the shed here. With the crawler back here in the shed. I'm gonna use my nice homemade tool to remove this plug again, now that it's warmer outside. We'll see if this oil wants to be a liquid today, or if it's still gonna identify as a solid. Still kind of a half and half. Well guys, it is flowing here. It's going to take a while. I would bet the better part of an hour or so. We'll keep letting it drain. Well guys, it's draining so slow from the top here, you can't even really tell it's making a difference. I do have the floor jack under the front of it, just to try to level this casting back out, so it all wants to flow to that hole. It's going to be a little bit, so come back when it's empty. Been draining for about 4 hours now. What's left in there is pretty thick. I'll leave the plug out overnight, kind of see if that wants to migrate out of there, but I appreciate everyone watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and throw a like, subscribe. We'll be back for more. Stay tuned.